Welcome, everybody. My name is Sally Metz, and I'm the supervisor of guidance here at Hempfield. I'm also the counselor for students who are seniors and attending the Career and Technology Center, what we call the CTC. And with me this evening is Candace DaCosta, who is with our 9th grade academy, and Lynette Huber, who is at our middle school, at the Landisville Middle School, although Lynette formerly was at the high school for a number of years. So we really appreciate the opportunity to talk to you about our program and are interested in your feedback. This is the first time we're doing this in a while, and we have lots of information, so if the cameras are ready, then we'll begin. All right. We'd like to start out by just kind of reflecting a little bit. I think when you're looking at guidance services, which we're going to zero in on the career aspect and college planning, but when you're looking overall at guidance services, to kind of think back of when you were in school and the type of experiences you might have had with your guidance counselor. Now, I know I'm getting up there in age. I'm, child of the 70s, but anybody have any reflections or experiences that they'd be willing to share with the group as far as your interactions with a guidance counselor? Give us the good, the bad, or the ugly.
I don't remember dealing with my guidance
counselor. Ding, ding, ding.
Yes.
I won a prize.
And Brian told me the SAT was no big deal. Don't worry about it. It's just a regular old test. Won't matter at all.
Okay.
They can tell you that college depended on getting a good score on this.
Yeah.
I didn't know why I was at the table with the SATs. I think it was because my friends were going there, and I thought that's a place I need to go.
Career planning was looking in a book and looking for the job that was going to have a job prospect when I was done. And it was right outside the guidance office.
Yeah.
So
I said I might have had one of the more progressive guidance counselors in the 70s, because I remember coming into 8th grade and doing the old film strips, on different careers, and we moved to the next one. And I don't know if we did a career interest survey or whatever. Well, times have changed, folks. Okay, gone are the days that we sit in the guidance office and wait for kids to come to us with their problems. I say we're like American Express. We're trying to be everywhere we should be. Presenting in large groups, presenting to small groups, addressing specific needs that kids have, and continually working individually with kids. Again, we're working in the personal, social, academic, and career domains. We're going to try to zero in today because that's what the parent Casper had asked us to really look at, that college and career planning 7 through 12. So we do have a purpose and a vision, and over the years we have looked to the American School Counseling Association, we refer to that as ASCA, because they provide us with standards. They provide us with academic, personal, social, and career standards, just like there's science standards and English standards, where we use those to develop our curriculum. We look to ASCA for those standards to help our students move forward in growing in the areas of academic, personal, social, and career. And then we also look at Pennsylvania standards. Our partners in the business department and family consumer science look at these Pennsylvania career education work standards, and we also do that. And we partner with those teachers to provide lessons in the classroom. Again, we're trying to see where can we get the most bang for our buck with students? How can we expose them to this career exploration and information? And so we do that by looking to our standards. We have a mission within the counseling department. It supports the mission of the district to help students grow academically. We're trying to break down any barriers that might exist and support students as they work towards making choices for their future. In addition, we want to partner with the community. We want to work closely with parents. Who knows the student better than their parent? So we want to be working very closely with them. We want to be providing experiences where kids can explore, look at their interests, their strengths, and meet their goals. And so we're constantly, again, looking at where we can do that in large group presentations, small groups, and through individual academic advisement. And we know as we move 7 through 12 that individual advisement is going to be more frequent with the student, because we want to make sure as they're leaving us that they have a good solid plan for the post-secondary. Mrs. Huber's going to share with us what they're doing in 7th and 8th grade.
Okay, so I work at Landisville Middle School.
Back in 8th grade, I was at the high school for 6 years, and now I did 7th grade last year. This year I did 8th grade. So for the most part, we go out into the classroom and do a guidance lesson with all students in 7th grade and in 8th grade. The central piece of that guidance lesson is a career interest profiler. So we set each student down at a computer and ask them to answer 60 questions. The questions were created many, many years ago. Back in the 1950s, a man named Holland created this survey, and he noticed that certain characteristics and personality match certain jobs and certain careers. So he created all these questions, and has stood the test of time. In the last session, we actually had someone who was a little bit older than me, I think, who took it when they were in
my
school.
age.
A little bit older. So it has stood the test of time. It's very accurate. And if you could go to the next slide. I actually posted this on my blog. I would encourage you to do this test, this career interest profiler, with your kids, because you will be able to sit down and explain the questions a little bit better. It's this one. I know it's hard to see. But again, it's on the LMS counseling blog. One of the questions the reason I asked you to do it with them, because if they don't answer the questions right, they won't get very good results. You can take the test as well, no matter how old you are. It's interesting to see what you come up with. When I took it, it generated a list of jobs that I've had over the years. So I firmly believe that this is a great assessment for our students. Again, at the end of the assessment, they'll get a list of jobs that match their personality based on the way they answered the test, answered the questions. And then they can go in and they can look at the skills. They can open each job up and look at the skills required for that, the outlook, the money, the education, and so forth that career involves. Another piece to our program is individual advisement, and this is my very favorite thing to do. I love to sit down with kids and talk to them about their strengths and their interests, and I try and weave it all together and help them think of jobs that might work with that unique set of interests and personality and so forth. So I try and really raise the roof and get them to think big. Another piece to our program is we do course selection. We just went through that process. So I'll go into the classroom, Mr. Sharp does as well. We'll all go into the classroom. We'll take 1 or 2 lessons with each student, and we really take time to teach what is available to them at the high school. We encourage them not to choose classes that their friends choose, but rather think about what they're interested in, and think of the electives as a time where they get to explore and learn about themselves, what they like and what they don't like. So we really spend a lot of time explaining that. When I get all those pink forms back that many of you just signed, I will look at those and really scrutinize them, spend time with kids, and really make sure that they're taking classes that are a good fit for them. I spend a lot of time doing that, and I enjoy that as well. We also do some extra things beyond. Those are the pieces in every page, so on the form or slide. But then we do all kinds of fun things based on need. Mr. Sharp, my partner, has developed these STEM camps. They are open to all middle school girls at CMS and LMS. It's a 4-night after-school program, and you would spend a ton of money doing signing your kids up for these programs if they were held at colleges and their college-level quality programs. He did one in the fall, he did one in the spring. He also developed a girls' leadership camp, also programs that were held after school. We always promote all the Workforce Investment Board programs that are held outside the school day. We want kids and families to go to these programs, but because they're outside the school day, we aren't able to take a field trip. Every student in 8th grade is encouraged to do a career shadow experience. This year it's a little bit different in LMS. Other years it was one fixed day, and now it's over May 1st to May 22nd. And CMS, do you know what your time frame is? It's sometime in April or May. We're trying to be very flexible. We want every student, though, to take advantage of that. Last year, we took about 2 vanfuls of kids out to Millersville. These are kids who were kind of at risk. They would have never been taken out to a college by their parent. They would have not gone out to a sport camp. And so we provide that opportunity for them. Every student has the opportunity to sign up to go to a CTC, to get out and see what those careers are all about. One thing that's very important is that students understand that they're not funneled one direction, that they are absolutely being, that they need to make decisions about training and careers based on their own set of skills and abilities and interests. So we're not funneling kids one direction. In fact, we're encouraging all students to get some kind of training after high school. It's not like if I'm going to, it's pretty much you're probably going to have to get some type of training, whether that looks like real estate school, military, college, auctioneer school, you know. So we want kids to really focus on what is a good fit for them. Any questions about all the activities, the fun things that we do with kids at LMS and CMS?
So our middle school is trying to lay that foundation for future academic advisement. So we're trying to provide lots of opportunities for them to explore their interests and strength and see what's out there and explore different careers, whether we're bringing people in or we're taking them out. And we think they do a good job of laying that foundation for us.
Shifting gears a little bit to what the high school does, the premier tool that we use with our high school students is called Naviance. It's a web-based tool that helps to promote college and career readiness with students. It's also really helped us to better communicate with our students and to streamline some of our processes, such as the college application management, sending electronic transcripts, sending electronic letters of recommendation, and it also has a vast career and college database within the program itself. Some of the other features on there we will highlight because we thought it were things that parents would be particularly interested in, such as the Road Trip Nation. There's over 3,500 different career interviews that are in here. They're between 3 and 7 minutes long, so it's just the perfect amount of attention span of a high school student. And you can search by careers, you can search by themes, you can search by interests, you can look at people that have worked through fear, passion, hard work. So there's a bunch of different ways to kind of conceptualize your search. And students really like the multimedia approach to careers. It really helps to personalize it and for them to get a feel for what that looks like. So they have a lot of different prominent people in there to like recognizable comedians like Wanda Sykes within the program. So that's been a really cool tool for students to explore. Scholarships. I wanted to find a picture of the old filing cabinet that we used to have in our career center that parents and students would sign up to come in and leaf through the drawer and try to find scholarships and make sure they weren't expired. Now all of that is electronic and accessible to you at home, which is fantastic. And you can see it'll categorize them by if they're merit-based, if they're need-based, you need to write an essay for them, what the deadlines are, what the award actually is. So it's really nice because it's something that you can do together. You can see your local scholarships, and then they also have a national search scholarship tool within Naviance too. So it links you to all of those things in one place, and it's something that we keep up to date regularly.
And even with having it in one place, we are making announcements. We're using our social media tools more than ever, working with our PR person Shannon Zimmerman to push information out so that parents are aware of scholarships. We're going out to homerooms and we're telling, there are deadlines for some scholarships. So these are ongoing throughout the year. They really ramp up, January, February, March. We have some scholarships where the students will be chosen locally and given the money at an awards night. So these are national and local scholarships that are in Naviance.
So those are just a few highlights of some of the things the program does. The main thing that our students do through Naviance is our graduation project. So in addition to the 28 credits that they have to earn their diploma, they have to complete a graduation project. And the whole thing was created to kind of prompt students to develop some of the tools that they will need after high school, like a resume, and to also really help them articulate a plan of what they're going to do. So by the time they leave, they know their skills, their abilities, they know that careers that match up with that, and they know what they need to do to get there.
One of your handouts outlines the graduation project.
So all the tasks are broken up into grade levels that are developmentally appropriate. So in 9th grade, within their family consumer science classes, which is a requirement for all 9th grade students, they are building their first resume. They are creating a 4-year course plan, which looks at the courses that they are enrolled in as a 9th grader, and then what are the courses that they want to take and that they need to take in grades 10, 11, and 12, and kind of tentatively planning that out and getting a feel for all the different curriculum that Hempfield has to offer. They also do a Strengths Explorer, where they are taking a survey, and it's through the Gallup Strengths Finder, and it identifies their top 3 themes. Talks about what their abilities are, how to further develop those skills and abilities they already have, and what careers connect with them. And then also in 9th grade, they do the game plan survey, which is basically just the 9th grade students telling us where they're at currently, what their needs are, what their plans are as of that moment, and that helps to guide and direct the services that we offer as a department.
In 10th grade, the graduation task is to participate in Career Day. It's not too tough. And we invite a keynote speaker in, somebody who has an inspiring story, a unique story as far as their journey to their current career. And the students have the opportunity to listen, and then they are choosing 2 careers, and they rotate through those speakers. And then we're asking them to reflect on that experience and complete a Career Day survey. And that also remains in Naviance. As they're going through 9 through 12, all this information, we're building information within the system for them.
And then moving on to 11th grade, again, this is done in conjunction with the Personal Financial Literacy course, which is required for all 11th grade students. They are updating those resumes, making revisions. They are completing a letter of recommendation survey, so answering questions about themselves, kind of like a brag sheet to help people within Hempfield School District that are writing those letters of recommendations to write really comprehensive letters. While we know our students, we might not know all the different activities they've been involved in or different leadership opportunities they've had, so completing that survey allows them to communicate that information to us in a single place. They also complete a career interest inventory. Same thing, where they're answering a litany of questions about would I like, dislike, or am I unsure about this task, and it connects them with potential careers. And at that point, we're asking them to identify 2 careers that they're interested in and saving it to their list, as well as 2 post-secondary training programs, whether it's a 2-year school or a military or a college, but a minimum of 2. And when they're saving it to their list, it's kind of like bookmarking it in one place for them to start collecting things that they're interested in and keeping it all in one place for us to access and for you to access and for them to remember what was that career I was looking at last time. And it just helps to kind of streamline that whole process.
And for the 12th grade year, which is such a important year, we're doing a lot of individual academic advisement with the students as they're moving towards graduation. The only task we have for them to complete is the senior exit survey, which basically communicates where they're looking to go beyond high school. They do have the option to update their resume, and many do.
Mm-hmm. And we encourage that.
Yes.
But we're hoping by the time they get to 12th grade, all of these other activities will have given them some direction about what they need to do moving forward. So looking more specifically about what we're doing grade level wise within the 9th grade academy, Mr. Bentley is the other 9th grade counselor that I work with. We try to do a minimum of 1 session of individual academic and career advisement with the 9th graders, just to kind of get them thinking about what they're going to do after high school and to make sure they're on track to achieving those goals within like 9th grade moving forward. We do a very early introduction to Naviance, either October or November, with students, just familiarizing them with the tool, what does it do, and then again encouraging them to do some of that exploration on their own and start getting familiar with the program. In the fall, they participate in Career Day. They sit in and hear the keynote speaker. This year, our 9th graders got to hear from Mayor Gray of Lancaster City. Last year, we had Sam Byler of Spooky Nook in. The year before, it was Tom Baldridge with Lancaster Chamber. So we just try to pull in different prominent, more recognizable figures to our students that will deliver a more general career message about awareness, job skills, job trends. And so our 9th graders are able to sit in that with the 10th grade students. And then within the Family Consumer Science, they have a whole career unit, but Mr. Bentley and I come in and teach 2 individual lessons to every section of FCS. And we are looking at what are their strengths and abilities and building a good resume. We help them create that foundation of their first resume and talk about why that's so important and walk them through the different components and who to use as a reference and all kinds of things that they're really confused on that we try to right the ship by the end of that lesson. And then in our second one, we talk more about like the academic language that's included in high school, your transcript, SATs, GPAs, WGPAs, class rank, all kinds of things where there's lots of myths and rumors surrounding those things. So we try to give them really concrete information and help them to understand about what they're doing now in 9th grade is going to carry with them and either create opportunities or possibly take them away depending on what they do from that point forward. And then something new that we're adding for next year is a monthly event where we're going to bring in a panel of different career pathways just to create more career exposure and awareness for students, maybe some careers they hadn't thought of before, but they'll each have a different focus for each month and a number of different speakers for each monthly event. So again, just trying to broaden the horizons of our 9th graders a little bit, getting them thinking outside the box and connecting them with different careers.
And I just want to say that's one area that we're looking to improve on and increase. We have, for our 11th and 12th graders, we've traditionally had the college reps coming in, and we continue to have that. But we also want to look at how we can bring more folks in from the workforce and have more ongoing career speakers, not only for the 9th grade, but the 10th, 11th, and 12th graders also. And again, in 10th grade, we had mentioned and described the career day to you. In addition, we have Mr. Ben Stiles comes in. He's the recruiter and a counselor from the Lancaster Career and Technology Center, and he comes in and does a presentation to all 10th graders. He gives a really good message about workforce trends and what are the programs that the CTC has. So all students are exposed to that information, not that we're forcing all students to go to the CTC, but they have that important information. And then all 10th graders do have the opportunity to take a tour of the Mount Joy CTC where we have the half-day exploratory programs. So there's programs like Transportation Cluster, they're called cluster programs, Culinary, Health Cluster. So they're a half-day program where students go there. It's a hands-on and written curriculum that they're working in, getting a lot of good experience, and then from there determining if they want to go on to full day. So again, this is an option for some juniors, and we do take them on a tour of those programs so they can have discussions with you and make a decision if that's going to be a part of their 11th grade course selection. And then we're increasing the time that we're spending as we're moving towards the 12th grade with the individual academic and career advisement. We're accessible and kids can have as much time with us as they need, setting up times to have individual meetings.
Looking at 11th grade, something that is our second year where we've offered PSATs during the school day to all 11th grade students. So all 11th graders are taking the PSAT within the school day. But the more important career piece of that is afterwards we have a mandatory assembly for all juniors on understanding your PSAT results. So what do you do with that information after you have it? How is that to inform your decisions to follow? College Board has a very great program called My College Quick Start that's connected to their PSAT results. They have an individualized profile they can log into. They can do SAT practice tests. There is a college match program within there. There is a majors match inventory that they can do in there. So it's just another resource that's directly connected to something that they have done that can help them to further develop their skills for test taking, but then also to look at that career piece that's connected with that as well.
And with our juniors also, we have another CTC presentation so that they are aware of all the specific senior programs that are offered through the Lancaster County Career and Technology Center. There are 3 campuses, if you're not aware, that house the various programs. There's the Willow Street program, Brownstown, and then Mount Joy. And depending on the full-day program is depending, which campus the students will attend if they apply. So there's an application process that starts in December and a selection process. Kids are getting letters this time of the year whether they've been accepted into programs. There's some programs that you need to get in your application in, through the first wave. If you wait too long, those openings are not going to be there in the program. So we're working with kids who are getting into those programs for next year. In addition, we have tours for all of our juniors to the program so they can go and see the actual programs before making a decision. In May of the 11th grade year, we have a senior year assembly where we start going over all the information for college application, encouraging students to get out if they're looking at going to schools, to visit over the summer, and prepping for their senior year. And again, we continue with the individual academic and career advisement. It's increasing as we move towards the senior year.
And then very similar to how we have operated in FCS in the 11th grade required course, Personal Financial Literacy, everybody calls it PFL because it's much easier. They do 2 individual career lessons within that course as well with all 11th grade students. So the first is focused on career and college planning. How do you research it? What variables should you be looking at to help inform your decision about what career you want to research further? And then also looking at those 11th grade graduation project tasks. They have a lot of support in completing those within that lesson as well. And then the second is focused on developing professional habits. What are the soft skills that you need to be successful in the professional world? How do you deal with conflict in the workplace or harassment? How do you transfer some of those skills as a student at Hempfield? And then also looking at that digital footprint. What are the things that they're doing online with social media, with their profiles that could be positively or negatively impacting their future opportunities?
So we have a great opportunity through the personal finance literacy and the FCS class to come in and partner with those teachers and to provide this information to all students. In our senior year, seniors will get a summer letter that is sent out. It's information to both parents and students about the college application process or transcript, and if students are going to be playing sports, Division I, Division II, they need to know about NCAA. So we're sending a letter out saying, here's the information, but we're also inviting them in to a boot camp in August. We invite them in for, if they're looking to start applying for schools, we offer that, and a date where parents and students can come in, and we invite college reps and the counselors are in, and we can help the students to get started on that. We also have another planning meeting in the fall, and we are providing information to the whole senior class about what they should be doing and looking for, and the services that, support services that we're going to offer to them. Again, there's the individual post-secondary advisement that becomes crucial during this year because we want to make sure that all of our students are leaving with a plan for post-secondary. And we can actually track those students and know in the spring who are some of the kids that we need to key in and invite them to our undecided senior events so that we can work with them on that plan before they leave us. We do offer financial aid information usually in December of each year. We invite the representative in. We actually have follow-up workshops for parents for filling out the FAFSA form, so we want to make sure that we're meeting the needs of our parents and students in that area of financial aid.
But through Naviance, we can see in the spring our students that haven't applied anywhere. So those are the the populations of students that we target, and then try to get into our undecided senior workshops or to that 2-hour event where we're connecting them with a representative from HAC, from Millersville, from Career Link, that's like a job headhunter organization to look at those students that are maybe going right into the world of work, with our CTC adult programs. So it just puts a person in front of them for them to talk to, and then we just try to like gently nudge them to make contact with them and get more information so that they have those options right in front of them when time is of the essence and it's a little bit more meaningful. And then similar to at the middle school level, there are lots of extra opportunities that are available for students that either are taking the initiative or have the interest in those particular things. A lot of things that are through Workforce Investment Board, the Gold Collar Career, the different job shadowing panels that they offer. Students at any point, grades 9 through 12, are able to do a career shadow experience and have the day excused from school to do that. And we certainly encourage students to do that. Transition Camp in 9th grade, while that's focused primarily on transitioning from 8th grade to the high school, we certainly talk about how that 9th grade year is foundational to things that you want to do later in life and how it's very important to get off to a good start and connect that with careers after high school. We have a large number of college reps that come through the high school and set up time to be in the building for students to come and hear about new programs, ask them questions, grill them about what they need to put in their essay for their application. And all of those visitations are entered in Naviance under our college tab, so anytime students can log in, see what time Bucknell is coming next week, and sign up for that session to go in and meet with those college reps.
And again, as I mentioned before, we're really looking to beef up, along with those college reps coming in, to have people come in and talk to them about their various jobs and careers. Same kind of process that they would sign up to hear that information. And more we're keying in on small groups of students that we can meet with and help them work through the career exploration and career development activities. Students who need a little extra support, and then we call in over their flex time to work with them.
Other opportunities for junior and senior students would be our internship and our school to work opportunities. So students can basically do an internship anywhere where an employer will take them on. But they could do that for a semester, they earn a credit for it, and they also get that that awesome career exploration opportunity, making connections within the industry that they're doing the internship in. School to work is for students that maybe already have part-time jobs, that they can earn a credit for that, use that as an additional piece of career exploration. And dual enrollment courses, where students can actually take a college course while they're in high school with one of the 5 colleges that we participate with. Certainly a unique opportunity.
And again, there are job shadowing panels through the Workforce Investment Board that they coordinate, and then we take the students to those panels. We're trying to get them to come in and provide those for all students in our school, but until we have that, we'll take them out to the panels. We provide, the Asvab is the assessment given through the military. You don't have to be going to the military to take advantage of that career interest survey. It's an aptitude test, but they come in afterwards and review the results of that with the students and provide them with some feedback. So that's a nice service that the military provides. I don't think we need more students taking advantage of that.
We have a job trader that works with our special ed and our ESL populations and is able to get them out to various different experiences, job experiences as well. And then we have a ton of summer enrichment and career exploration opportunities that come our way through various organizations that we try to warehouse all of those things in Naviance too, just so students are aware of different camps that are offered and other unique opportunities that they could take initiative and do on their own. And then Junior Achievement is just another organization that we work with female junior students that are selected for that program. They work with a mentor, Women in Business through the Lancaster Chamber. So again, not something that's for everybody, but lots of different opportunities that are available to students.
We have lots of ways that we try to get information out. I think we're a warehouse of information. We're trying to find the best way to get that out to parents and students. So we have our blogs, and we also have started Twitter accounts. I hope that if you're using the social media, that you're seeing those things come out. We've had some recent information about some scholarships through Penn State and a full ride through HAC. We're also using the high school website with Dr. Stout's permission. There are things that come out on the high school website. So we're always looking for feedback for the best way to get information out to folks. We're doing announcements through WHHS. We have counselors who go into the homerooms and make announcements to students. So we're looking at various ways that we can get information out to everyone.
And then, of course, we're always looking for ways to improve or expand our programming. I know something that came up from other parents that our department has been discussing recently is doing like a Naviance boot camp for students or for parents, because every time we talk to parents about Naviance, they're like, how do we get that? Like, how do we see what our kids are doing? How can we use that? So that's something that we've been kind of dialoguing about within our own department, but we're certainly interested in hearing what you as parents see as needs, what your students are saying as needs, and looking for ways to improve.
So that's our information. Would anybody have any questions or?
I have a question on Naviance. We need to use our child's information
Yes.
to get on there currently. Okay.
Yep.
Their
And it's-
username and their password.
And it's the same as they use for Sapphire, Moodle, Schoology, same username and password for that.
So we get the information for summer camps and enrichment things?
That is through the Naviance, yes.
Mhm.
They're all saying the same thing, she said with the students.
Yes. The username and password.
Mhm.
What's that? The students, yes.
Mhm.
Mhm. That's correct.
The career interest profile, that's done when again?
The career interest profile is in 11th grade.
11.
In 9th grade, they do the Strengths Explorer. Both of them connect them to careers, but the Strengths Explorer is more geared towards the 9th grader. The career interest profiler has 181 questions, so that was a struggle for some of our freshmen.
We teach it too in 7th and 8th grade.
But you use a shortened, they use a shortened
It's the
version.
exact same question.
We don't get access to that till they get in Naviance in 9th grade.
No, we do it in 7th and 8th
We
grade.
do, we have a.
Do
They
they,
do a longer version.
Okay.
but she's saying, do they have access to the results?
Yeah. Yeah, you can contact me and I can give you results. The kids, I encourage the kids to print them out.
Okay.
You can do it with your child. That's really the best thing, because you can walk them through each question and help them understand what the question means, and you will get really good results.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
We can just give you the link.
And scholarship information on all this?
Yes.
Show that thing, I wanted to share.
Yes, exactly.
Mm-hmm.
And if you, as a parent, if you have concerns about where to find that information and your student isn't helping you with that, come on in and we'll show you how to do that.
Sometimes they'll delete messages.
Yes, exactly.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, so you're welcome to come in and we can show you that also. Yeah. Mhm.